Okay, this is part 14. Okay, so I'm out in the hallway and my one girl comes out there. She's like, "What's going on?" I said, "Daughter's dad's going nuts. He's texting me, blowing me up, yada, yada, yada." And she's like, "Girl, that's some toxic shit." I was like, "Yeah, I know." Weird twist of fate, one of my mom's friends and one of my dad's friends was also there in my class with me. And she comes up to me. She's like, "I think I know you." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Isn't your mom da da da, and isn't your dad, blah blah blah?" I'm like, "Yeah, how do you know my mom and my dad?" She's like, "Oh, we used to chill together, we used to hang together. I know your dad, I know your mom, blah blah blah. You look just like them both." And I'm like, "Oh, great." I'm like, "Great." And at this time, she knew one of my dad's exes. And I noticed how everything was so weird. Like, if I didn't come to school, she would get a hold of my dad. And my dad would get a hold of my mom. And during this time, like, my phone was still going off, blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. I turned it off because I was just getting annoyed with it. And so I walked back in class. I'm all good. Towards the end of my class, I had to take off early because I had some shit going on. And so, me walking out to my car, I get in my car, I turn my phone back on, and talk about my phone going nuts. My phone went ballistic. Like, I shit you motherfucking not. 85 to 100 text messages within 2 hours. And I'm thinking, this is some toxic bullshit. Like, this is some toxic, alcoholic bullshit. And all these messages, "I want to see you. Can we meet? Can we meet? I miss you. I love you. I miss you. I love you. I miss you. I love you." I'm like, oh my God. So I called him. I said, "What the fuck is your deal?" I said, "I was in class." I said, "I'm on my way to a doctor's, watch call." He's like, "After your doctor's, blah, 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 can we please meet?" I said, why do you want to meet?" He goes, "Because I want to talk to you." I was like, talk to me about what? Talk to me about what? And he's like, "Can we just meet when you get done?" I said, "Fine." And so I go to my doctor's appointment. And when I got out, I had shot him a text message and I told him that I was out. He calls me. So I'm in the car and I'm minding my business. And I know I was not on the phone driving and texting. No. Oh, excuse me. And so I asked him, "Where do you want to actually be meeting at?" So we met over in goddamn Dent. And Dent, Ohio is aka Green Township. And so I drive over to the spot where we all, meet up at. And so I drove over there. I get out. He gets out. He comes over to me. Literally, I shit you not. Literally, like, hugs me, picks me up, puts me on the hood of my car. And this is when I was driving my Kia Rio. And puts me on the hood of my car. And I'm like, "What is your deal? Why are you acting like this?" And he's just kissing me and kissing me and kissing me. This boy, every time he was with me, he would mark my neck up all the time. I would go to school with marks on my neck. Back then, in high school, I had marks on my neck every fucking day. College, every other day. And I'm like, "Why are you putting all these marks on my neck?" "Oh, to show that you're mine, that you're my territory, and this and this and that." I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, "What did you want to talk about?" And he's like, "Damn, gotta be all that to the point." I said, I'm a blunt ass bitch. Get to the point. And he's like, "I want to get back with you. I want us to start over, to make it right." He's like, "I feel like I owe like you that because of everything, that happened." And I was like, "Start over how?" And he's like, "I love you." I was like, I know that already. I love you too. And he goes, do you still want to, be with me and try to make it work? At this time, I'm 20 years old. 20 years old at the time. And I was like, fine, whatever. And so we got back together. I told him, I said, hey, I got to go. I got to get back home. And he was like, okay, I love you. I'll talk to you later. So I'm on my way home driving. I stop, I think, at Dunkin' or something like that. And I'm getting me a coffee. Out of the blue, who comes walking in the coffee shop? Chris. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, are like you following me? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, you never come to the coffee shop. I was like, are you literally following me? And he goes, no, I just came in here to pick up an order. I was like, oh, okay. And so, he was like, you look cute in your scrubs. You look adorable. You always have. He's like, I am so proud of you. You're going to school, doing your thing, blah, 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 blah. So I get back to my house and I pull in my driveway and my grandma actually comes out. She's like, so how was it at your doctor's? I said, good. She's like, so how was school? I said, good. And she seen I went to the damn coffee shop. But the moment I walk in the house, she sees my neck. And she goes nuts. She was like, oh, let me guess. You were around your daughter's dad, wasn't you? I was like, yeah, why? She's like, he's a fucking playboy. He don't fucking care about you. You know what just happened. And you're back around him. And you know he's an alcoholic and all this shit. Blah, 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 blah. Then my grandfather starts on me. He's like, you're a fucking Italian girl. You're a very classy Italian girl. Blah, 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 blah. This, that. I mean, talk about getting a lecture for 2 hours. And, like, at this time, I was still getting my college checks, my money, my whatever. And so I was like, no, what? I'm going to go get changed. I'm going to go out, spend a little money. And my grandma was like, well, how long are you going to be? I said, I don't know. And I said, I will come back when I get back. And so I get dressed. And of course, back then I had to be sneaky about it. I put a big ass fucking hoodie on and a pair of fucking jeans on. And I get in the car. I pull out of my driveway. I get like halfway down the street. I pull off. Take the sweatshirt off. I take my fucking jeans off. And so I called my daughter's dad. I'm like, hey, I'm going out. I'm going to go get me something to eat. I'm going to go do a little bit of shopping. You want to actually, basically be coming along? So he's like, yeah, where at? And so I told him. I get there. And the moment I got there, he actually pulled up. And I'm getting out of the car, I'm locking it. And at this time, I was wearing like a short skirt and like a kind of a slutty top-ish. And so when I get out of my car, he comes over, he's like, damn, girl, you're looking hot as fuck. He's like, I ain't seen you dressed like that in a while. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, your ass looks good, too. I was like, damn. Back then, I was weird. I had the weirdest obsession with my ass. Like, literally, I shit you not. And he was like, my baby girl looking sexy. My baby girl looking fine. She's showing off some, this and that. I'm like, oh my God. I said, I didn't expect you to act like this. And he was like, are like you going in there? I said, yeah, I'm going in. And I was at my old job, which is daggone Myers. I walk into Myers, and I swear to God, he is walking right all up on me, has his hands around my waist, like literally acting like a horny ass, childish ass, lioness ass, little puppy. Literally like a puppy drooling. And so I'm in the store minding my business, doing some shopping, and I happened to run into somebody that I went to fucking school with. And of course, it's a guy. So I was like, you know what? Out of respect, might as well introduce him. And I did. And he's like, dang, girl, you look good. I was like, well, thanks. I was like, I appreciate it. And he's like, well, how have like you been? I was like, good. I graduated high school. I'm starting college. I'm in college now. I'm driving. I'm more happier. You know, basically about everything and all this and all that. And he's like, I can see you're still with him. I was like, yeah, surprisingly. And so he's like, well, it's good, you know, catching up with you. I'll talk to you later. So I was like, okay. And so I get done with the conversation. Of course, Chris goes not ballistic, but Chris starts getting territorial. When he gets territorial, he gets fucking territorial. He goes nuts. And he was like, you're my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. No guy should be complimenting you. And I looked at him and I said, shut up. I was like, you're getting on my nerves. Just shut the fuck up. I was like, just stop. And the moment I said that, he just left. And I'm like, whatever. Like, dude, whatever. And so I'm in the store. I'm shopping, minding my business. My phone rings. And it's my grandma. She's like, hey, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm good. And so I'm doing my shopping, minding my business, looking cute, looking fine, and all that. And I get done, I pay, I walk out, and weirdly enough, when he left, I happened to look on the front of my car, and there's a bouquet of roses on my car. And I'm like, what the hell? And there was a card. And it was from one of the guys that I had went to school with. And I was flabbergasted at that moment. And he's like, I would like to date you. You need to dump that clown. He's no good. He's just trash. And I was like, I gotta hide these flowers because if he sees them, he's gonna go nuts. And so I didn't think about it. I put the flowers in my back seat. Put all my stuff in my back seat. And so weirdly enough, my phone actually rings. And it's actually Josh. And he's like, hey girl, what are like you doing? I said, I'm just out doing errands. What's up? And he goes, really? Can we meet up? I was like, where do you want to meet at? And I was like, you know where blah, 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 blah is? And he goes, yeah. So he pulls up, and back then, I'm not gonna lie, back then, my baby daddy was looking snatched, like good, like he was looking good. And he pulls up, it's our first time, you know, just talking and meeting. He gets out of his car, I get out of my car, I run over to him for some reason, and I literally, like, jump in his arms. He's hugging me. And it's like, weirdly enough, our connection was that fucking good. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, uh-oh. And I was like, something is probably going to happen. And I get down. He's like, you look good. I was like, well, thank you. And he was like, you are so pretty. He's like, you're the most amazing girl. You know, you're so sweet. I was like, stop complimenting me. And he's like, no, I want to. And I was like, okay. And he's like, you look good. I was like, well, thanks. And he's like, I'm finally glad you agreed to actually, you know, to be meeting up with me. I said, yeah, I was just out. I was just like, screw it, you know. And so he was like, how much more shopping do you gotta do? And I was like, not much. Why? He was like, I'm just asking. And I'm like, okay. So his phone rings, and I guess he got a call or something. He's like, oh, well, never mind. I have to go. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm back in my car, minding my business. I got my radio blasting, my music on, And back then, I was into straight just fucking rap and fucking hip hop. And this is where it gets interesting. Stay tuned for part fucking 15. 1-5.